Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
I'm going to teach you a little song that's in your handout. I think it's, could you open that up so I can see where it is? It's on the top of the back page. And we'll be talking about this month, the Hebrew month of Av, during the service. But just to let you know that this is Tu B'Av, which is a love holiday. And I'm going to teach you a piece of text that comes from our liturgy, our wedding liturgy. There we go. Sorry, thank you. I know. Okay. And so you can see, I think you probably actually know most of these Hebrew words. Even if you don't speak Hebrew, you've heard some of these words. For example, you've heard Simchat Torah, right? Simcha, which means happiness, joy. So Sameach, do you see Sameach there? And I tried to capitalize, I learned from my friend Colum, to capitalize the letters that are accented in the words. Yeah, yeah. So it says Sameach, everybody Sameach, say Sameach.
Sameach.
Then it says Tesamach. So same word, happy, happy, just conjugated differently. Then it says Sameach, Tesamach. Re'im, Ha'ahuvim. You know the word ahava means love. So re'im ha'ahuvim means joy, joy, see the lovers, ha'ahuvim. And then it says, what does it say? I need to see, yitzir, can I see it? Sorry, thanks. I'm giving you a little short Hebrew lesson here while we're waiting. Then it says, kesamecha, let's try that. Kesamechecha, you got two gutturals in one word. Kesamechecha, yetzircha. So it says, again, joy, joy. Yetzircha are like the creations, your creations. And then lastly it says, began Eden. What's Eden or Eden? The Garden of Eden. Began is garden. Began Eden in the Garden of Eden. Mikedem. Have you heard of kedem wine? Is that what it's called? Kedem. It actually means like the first. So began Eden mikedem, from the beginning, see the lovers from the Garden of Eden, like in the beginning. Okay, that was our Hebrew lesson. Then we're going to try to sing it. We'll sing it slowly first, okay? Like this. Sameach kesamach re'im ha'ahuvim kesamechecha yitzircha began Eden mikedem. Let's try that again. Sameach tisamach re'im ha'ahuvim kesamechecha yitzircha began Eden mikedem. This part you don't need the words. Ya la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la la la. I like to end the ya la la actually with the last line of Hebrew. Began Eden mikedem Sameach tisamach re'im ha'ahuvim kesamechacha yitzircha began Eden mikedem. Let's try that again. Sameach tisamach re'im ha'ahuvim kesamechacha yitzircha began Eden mikedem. Ya la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la ya la 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 ya la ya la 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 ya la ya la 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 began
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat
That was such a
Shalom.
beautiful, loving way to open our Shabbat service, and even more is the light that we bring into ourselves and the world with the light of the candles. And we thought it would be great to bring up our kids to help us light the candles. So if there's any kids here who would like to help us light the candles, please come on down and you'll bring in a little bit more light, as the cantor said. We're very close to all of the holidays in Av, and one of them is Tu B'Av, which is about love, and we love having kids at services, so come on up here. And if you wouldn't mind, thank you. You do that first one. You guys can help. Great. You can both do that one. Nice job. These guys.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel
Shabbat Shalom. Great job.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
L'chadodi. So, has anyone been to a summer wedding this summer? I have. I got married. But in L'chadodi, we think about Shabbat entering our space as if a bride or a groom is entering our space. And so we can imagine that same sense of love and joy as we sing L'chadodi, which can be found on page 20.
Likrat kala b'mei Shabbat nekabela shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad yishmi'anu elcha
continue on page 24 with Shalom Aleichem, which invites the beloved, loving angels in the world, in our lives, to descend and become a part of this next 25 hours.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharech, Malachei Elyon, Mi-melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Same tune, the next verse. Boachem Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi-melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Now a little word about the angels. On my right, Michael. On my left, Gabriel. And before me, Uriel. And behind me,
We're going to turn now to page 28, and we're going to rise together for the Baruch Hu. We turn now to page 34. We take a deep breath together for the Shema. And before the Shema, we think about how loud the world is and how difficult it can be to just listen to what's going on and staying centered in ourselves. And the Shema gives us this opportunity to close our eyes and really listen to what's going on inside.
Shema,
Shema
Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Ha'ed.
Please be seated and join us in the Ve'ahavta on page 37.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אלוהים מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בעם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם מאוד על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
We have entered the month of Av, in case you haven't noticed. And in the Jewish calendar year, we have these waves, galgalim, of sacred time that takes us places. And Jewish tradition teaches that when the month of Adar comes in the calendar, that's the month when we celebrate Purim. It's a time of great joy. So it says, when Adar shows up, we feel a lot of joy. But when Av shows up, we feel a lot of sorrow and sadness. And Cantoretta, you mentioned that next week is actually Tu B'Av, and then before that, we actually have Tisha B'Av. And it's this turning point when we are supposed to be comforted in the Jewish calendar. And we're actually supposed to have more joy from that period forward, because for the 3 weeks before Tisha B'Av, the 9th of Av, it's a time of great sorrow because it leads up to this day where we put all of the bad days in one day on Tisha B'Av, on the 9th of Av. Who remembers that book by Judith Viorst? It was called Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. Do you remember that? That's Tisha B'Av for the Jews. Which I think is a little bit strange to have one day when you have there's a fast on the 17th day of Tammuz, and then you move from this fast day when the walls of Jerusalem were breached to the destruction of the first temple and the destruction of the second temple and the Inquisition and the beginning of the Holocaust. And it's all of these things that happened on the 9th of Av. And so it becomes this deep, dark day of grief and of mourning in our calendar. And so for the 3 weeks before Tisha B'Av, we prepare ourselves for this mourning, for this grief, and then Tisha B'Av is over. We do a fast day on the 9th of Av, and then it says for the next 7 weeks, we're comforted. Because between Tisha B'Av and 7 weeks later, it's this big holiday called Rosh Hashanah. And so you're supposed to be preparing yourself with joy. And that's why I said it's like Galgalim, because there's times when we feel a lot of joy, and there's times when we feel a lot of grief, and we don't usually have very much control over when that happens. But the Jewish calendar gives us a pathway, or it makes sense sometimes when we don't feel like what's going on inside of us or going on in the world is making any sense. So For these period of days, we remember things that make us sad until we get to Tisha B'Av, the fast day. And then for 7 weeks, we read Haftorot, these very special readings of comfort. And the first one comes next week, and it is the actual Shabbat of comfort. And the words come from Isaiah. And the words say, Nachamu, Nachamu Ami, and we're going to sing it in a few minutes. Comfort us, comfort us. We are going through something that is painful, the memory of things that were destroyed, the memory of the temple, the memory of things not going well in Jerusalem. And the reason I always struggled with Tisha B'Av is because I feel like there's a lot of stuff to grieve about for the entire year. Why put it all on one day? But it gives us a centerpiece in a way for mourning and for grief, then to move forward into comfort. So I want to just ask you to turn to somebody right now and share one moment you've had of comfort or joy recently. Just one moment of comfort or joy. Just turn to somebody and tell them a moment you've had of comfort or joy.
Mine just goes straight to.
Okay, we're going to let you talk a lot more about joy and awe and simcha and comfort at the oneg. But I love the fact that in our calendar, we have 3 weeks of the suffering, of the grief, of the mourning, and then we have 7 weeks of comfort and joy and of nachamu. And one of the things that, as a clergy, we were asked to do this year was to write a piece about what gets us prepared for Rosh Hashanah, for the next 7 weeks. And we all know that Rosh Hashanah is tomorrow, because we're actually getting prepared here in the synagogue for Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur and Sukkot and Simchat Torah, even though for the rest of the world, it's almost 2 months away. It feels for us like it's really imminent. And I like that feeling because I think you should also feel like it's imminent, that Rosh Hashanah should be something that you are prepared for. And so I wanted to share before the end of this just the 4 things that I do to prepare for Rosh Hashanah and for Yom Kippur. And you can read all about these in the next chronicle, all the clergy shared with it. So the first thing is something that grounds me. It's Torah. I study Torah. You think, well, that would, be something I would assume you do all the time, but even more intensely during the month of Av and then Elul, as we prepare for Rosh Hashanah, to really let the Torah be a grounding. The second thing I do is I prepare for our meditation in the Redwoods, which is right down the hill in the Presidio, which we only do on Yom Kippur, but I go there each week, and I do a meditation there. We're actually going to do one in September. I think it's the 13th, September 13th. We're going to ask everybody to come and do a meditation in the Redwoods before the 6 o'clock service. I also swim in the bay with a wetsuit, because for the past 10 years, the congregation has participated in the Alcatraz Swim for Sight. And this year it is 2 days after Rosh Hashanah. And so some of our rabbis and cantors and a big team from Emanu-El are going to help raise funds. We've raised over $1 million in the last 10 years to help the organization. Used to be called So That Man Can See, but now it's called So That People Can See. We've gotten up with the times. So I get into the bay and I swim to prepare myself. And then last but not least is Lishmoa Kol Shofar, that when these days begin, I go and get my shofar and I start blowing the shofar, not just to practice for the congregation, but this idea of wake up. There's something we've been sleepy about, something where maybe we've been in grief or we're anticipating grief or there's some sadness, to wake ourselves up, to embrace what little joy there might be, and to prepare our souls for the coming year. So those are my 4 things that I do, and I want you to really think about not calling us the night before Rosh Hashanah and saying, I forgot it was Rosh Hashanah, can I get tickets? But to actually think about how we and our families and our children can get prepared for the awesome days.
So we'll sing this little bit of Haftarah that Rabbi Mintz just spoke about from Isaiah. And you might have met somebody called Nechama in your life. Did you ever meet a Nechama? Do you know that name? It's the same word, comfort, and it's just a feminine form of it. But Nachamu, say Nachamu.
Nachamu.
We'll do it in Hebrew and in English, and it goes like this. Nachamu, nachamu, ami, yomar, Elohechem. Comfort, oh comfort my people. Comfort, oh comfort my friends. Let's try that. Nachamu, nachamu, am, yomar, yomar, Elohechem. Comfort, oh comfort my people. Oh comfort my friends. Now the text really takes on a new meaning right now when you hear what it says. Speak to the heart of Jerusalem and tell her the war will be over. Speak to the heart of Jerusalem and tell her the fighting will end. Speak to the heart of Jerusalem and tell her the war will be over. Speak to the heart of Jerusalem and tell her the fighting will end. Comfort, oh comfort my people. Comfort, oh comfort my friends. Comfort, oh comfort my people. Comfort, oh comfort my friends.
That was so beautiful, Cantor.
I make myself cry sometimes when I sing.
That's just because we all need comfort. And I have to say, for a people who's been through so much suffering, I love that our national anthem is Hatikva. That no matter how much suffering there is, that we go back to and we move forward to in hope and with hope. And I don't know, I've just been feeling just the last couple of weeks, a little bit more of the embers of hope for our own country and for Israel. Just maybe they're not fully like in a burning fire, but I feel a little bit of the embers, and even that little warmth feels hopeful.
We're on page 40. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Mi chamocha, mi chamocha, ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha neder b'kodesh. נורתי כאילו אוסף אלה, נורתי כאילו תוסף אלה. מלכות קראו בניך, בוקע ים לפני משה ומרים. זה עליינו ויאמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. Ya la la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la.
And come to the place place in our service where we offer a healing blessing, Misha Berach, for those who are in need of healing of body or of mind or of spirit.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from thy storm. Oh, let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from thy storms.
We hold in our hearts those members of our community who are in need of healing of body, of spirit, and of mind. Rusty Holden, Patrick Powell, Peter Joslow, Liz Mackman, Shireen Zollis Waldman, Susan May, Gail Laghi, Carolyn Brown, Evan Minshaw, Musa Basina, Dovtzvi Ben Naomi, Rick Silverman, Rio Peterson, Julie Schmeising, Fran Scher, Pearl Vapnik, Riley Morgan, Edwin Walter, Nancy Kahn, and Nina Streitfeld. If there's anybody here who would like to say the name themselves or a loved one who needs healing, please do so.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from thy storm. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from thy storms.
We're going to continue with the Hashkivenu, which is on page 42. Thank you. And if you feel comfortable putting your arms around whoever you're with, please feel free to do that. This is a prayer, an evening prayer as we go to sleep, offering us the comfort that does not come easily sometimes when we can't sleep.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Meinu Lechayim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Leshalom V'chamideinu Shomreinu Leteinu. L'chaim shalom le'ata ve'adonai. Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom lechamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom lechamidenu there will be shalom, shalom,
Sometimes we forget that there are people putting their names in the chat for the Misha Berach. And so everybody turn around and wave to anybody who's at home, who's not able to be with us. But we know you are with us, and we're with you, and we're offering you a little nachamu tonight as well.
In the words of Rabbi Nachman of Bratslav, every word of one's prayer should be like a rose that is picked from a bush. One gathers rows upon rows until a bouquet is formed and can be offered to God as a beautiful blessing. We turn now to our Amidah, our central tefillah, on page 46 and 47. And before we rise in prayer, I want to ask you to read with me in the middle of page 47 in the English. Prayer invites God's presence to suffuse our spirits, God's will to prevail in our lives. Prayer may not bring water to parched fields, nor mend a broken bridge, nor rebuild a ruined city. But prayer can water an arid soul, mend a broken heart, rebuild a weakened will. We're on page 46. Please rise.
So we'll sing the first line aloud, and then we'll take time for private prayer. And when you're finished praying, be sure you can take a seat. Adonai, Adonai, Zefatai Tiftach, Ufi, Ufi, Yagid, Tekilatecha. Adonai, Adonai, Zefatai Tiftach, Ufi, Yagid.
עולמך תשים לעולם. כי אתה הוא מלך אדום לכל השלום.
לכל השלום. שלום על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. שלום על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל Yeah, it sounded great. Yeah.
Well, Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
The Olympics are nearing their end, and I'm reflecting on the extraordinary display of athletic prowess and global unity that has been witnessed over the past 2 weeks. Among the many incredible moments, one performance stands out, not for its athletic feats, but for its profound emotional depth. Celine Dion's rendition of Hymn à l'amour at the opening ceremonies, performed halfway up the Eiffel Tower, is a moment that, more than any of the sporting events, has resonated deeply with me. And I believe that I make up a sizable number of those 5.6 million views on YouTube. It was a drizzly Paris night, and the Eiffel Tower was illuminated against a cloudy sky, when Celine Dion, the global musical sensation, was resplendent in white, singing a song that embodies a timeless ode to love. The song, originally penned by Edith Piaf in 1949, was a tribute to Piaf's lost love, the boxer Marcel Cerdan, who tragically died in a plane crash en route to see her in New York. Piaf's grief transformed into a song that captured the essence of her enduring love, even in the face of profound loss. The English rendition of Hymn à l'amour, although not a direct translation, reflects this sentiment beautifully. If the sun should tumble from the skies, if the sea should suddenly run dry, if you love me, really love me, let it happen. I won't care. Celine Dion's choice to perform this song at the Olympics amidst a global backdrop of strife and division is deeply symbolic. It suggests that love, even in its most challenging moments, transcends time and circumstance. Her own personal battle with stiff person syndrome, a condition that has severely affected her ability to sing, much less perform, makes this performance all the more poignant. It's a testament to her resilience and to the idea that even through personal and collective struggles, love remains a powerful and unifying force. This narrative of overcoming adversity through love and perseverance closely aligns with our present moment in the Jewish calendar. We move from Tisha B'Av, a day of mourning and reflection on the destruction and despair we have faced, to Shabbat Nachamu, a Shabbat of comfort and healing, and finally to Tu B'Av, a celebration of joy, love, and traditionally, matchmaking. Love, whether it is interpersonal, whether it's self-love, whether it's love of country, Love is an aspiration that mirrors the journey to the promised land that we read about in this week's Torah portion. Our Torah portion this week, Devarim, marks the beginning of the 5th book of the Torah known as Deuteronomy. In this book, Moses addresses the Israelites from across the Jordan River, preparing them to enter the promised land on the other side. Moses himself will not enter, but speaks with a profound sense of yearning and hope. It requires ongoing effort, ongoing sacrifice, plus the ability to articulate and express it, much like the preparation and training required for great achievements like those at the Olympics. And as we approach the high holidays, we're called to recognize the loss, the despair, the fears of our world, and mark a transition towards a place of renewal and ultimately love of that very same journey. The Jewish calendar guides us through this process, helping us spiritually and training us emotionally. Just as Celine Dion's performance atop the Eiffel Tower required immense effort and perseverance, so too does our journey towards love and renewal. So I want to close by inviting you to join us at Emanu-El as we prepare for this journey during the month of Elul, the period leading up to Rosh Hashanah. We have several opportunities for reflection and growth, including that meditation in the Redwoods on September 13th, and a book club that I'll be leading on Wednesdays in September. I hope we can all embrace this time to prepare ourselves for the coming year with intention and purpose. 75 years ago, out of the depths of her grief, Edith Piaf wrote the words that Celine Dion sang out of the depths of her own, a resounding message for us if we choose to listen to it. Dieu réunit ceux qui s'aiment. God brings together those who love. Shabbat Shalom. Our community recognizes the sorrow and grief amongst us. To be laid to rest in the coming days is Suzanne Eleanor Engelberg. And we're in a period of Shloshim, 30 days of mourning, for the following individuals: Veronica Fields, Barbara Lapchick, Richard Levenberg, Richard Gurman, Nigel Reese, Will Burson, Phyllis Laufer, Shi'i Jinwa, Norma Mandelman, Ken Brager, Shai Doron, Rebecca Newman, Robbie Lynn Rusher. We're observing yahrzeit, anniversary of death, for the following members of our community: Margaret Ann Schell, Dr. Daniel Ahrens, Thomas Herman Batat, Elaine Block, David Bloom, Edgar Braun, Barney Broner, Marilyn Burstein, Stanley Eisenberg, Irving Esterkin, Jerome Fields, Myrna R. Frankel, Alan H. Gasner, Lottie Schiffman Gerber, David Gold, George Goldberg, Squeak Grabstein, Alexander Grau, Joan Hayes, Meyer S. Kahn, Beth Karen, Ruth Kepnis, Jack Kiefer, Scott Klein, Michael Corman, Sheldon Lambert, Raphael Levchin, Ira Levinsky, Craig Masonic, Lewis Miller, Beverly Miller, Carolyn Mindel Herman, Sylvia Nathan, George H. Novoshin, Leah Perlis, Benjamin Perlman, Janice Raffel, Alberto Ramirez, Arthur Reddick, Richard Rubenstein, Sidney Schreiber, June Schulman, Hattie Rose Stinnett, Will Visotsky, Stephen Walter, Susan Reinfeld Weiss, Ruth Grace S. West, Charles Hubbard White II, and Lyle Zemanek. you're here saying Kaddish for someone who is not on this list, I invite you to say their names aloud as my hand comes around the room. If you're here saying Kaddish, I invite you to rise first. And in support of those mourners, I invite us all to rise as one community as we recite the words of Kaddish Yatom on page 294. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, bi'alma divrach irutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'vyomechon u'v'chayei decho beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam ulal me'al maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudsha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru. Yehi shlama Rabbah min shmaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Zichronam livracha, may all of their memories bring blessings to us in our lives.
Say shalom b'mroma, huya say shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru. A little Kiddush and Motzi and announcements.
What do you want to announce, Rabbi?
What do I want to announce? Can I borrow this?
Please. We've got plenty of stuff going on before
Plenty
Rosh
of-
Hashanah and Yom Kippur.
Lots of stuff, and you'll find it all in here. Cantor Addie and I would like to invite you to join us on Zoom on Sunday, August 18th at 10 a.m. We're going to be hearing from a Jewish and a Palestinian representative of an organization called A Land for All. We're going to have a discussion with them and an opportunity to hear about their work and dialogue with each other as a community on Zoom on August 18th.
And register for it, so you'll be sent a Zoom link.
That's right. And we have Cantor Arik Luck, who's going to be returning to perform the Star Spangled Banner at the Giants game on September 12th. Get your tickets now. We're all sitting in the same section if you buy through our website. And finally, mark your calendars. The weekend of September 13th, Chen Mazig is an influential activist against anti-Semitism, and he's going to be with us for a whole weekend of events. So check out the website for more details on that.
Let's sing together. I believe it's on page 5. Is that right? Something like that. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, b'shabbat kodsho v'yahava u'v'ratzon hinchilanu, zikaron l'masei bereshit, ki hu yom tehila lemikayei kodesh, zecher l'yetziat Mitzrayim, ki banu bacharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol chamim ve'shabbat kodeshecha be'achava u'v'ratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha-Shabbat l'chaim. L'chaim.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz v'te'avon.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. And please remember to bring your sidurim to the back of the sanctuary. And if you're around for our oneg, please come and say hello to us. And if you want to study Torah with me tomorrow morning, it's at 10:15
And
right
I've
here.
got the challah up here. Come and get it.
You already had a little